for the past 5 years, has lost above 7 billion rands from its baseline. Now, what does that mean when you lose a 2 billion rands, 3 billion rands, and so forth from your baseline? It means in this financial year, we are allocated 50 billion rands, as an example. When you take away, once you've given us the 50 billion rands, we then budget. We are going to hire 4 new nurses, we are going to hire 5 new doctors, we are going to do this and going to do that. That's the 50 billion rands. The next financial year, if you cut by 2 billion rands, it means we've now gone back to 48 billion rands. What that means is that the nurses and the doctors that we hired in the previous year, we can no longer afford them in the system. And yet we can't fire them because we need them. But it also means we can't hire new nurses. We can't hire new staff because we don't have the money. In the next financial year, from the 48 billion rands that was cut, the treasury cuts another 3 billion rands. It leaves us with 45 billion rands, and certainly means definitely we can't employ new people, and those that are already employed can't be afforded. That is why you will hear in the media that we are told to be projecting an over expenditure of 4.7 billion rands. And that over expenditure of 4.7 billion rands, 3.6 billion rands of it is on compensation of employees, meaning it's staff. But it's staff that we need. And it's because you can't run a hospital without nurses. You can't run a hospital without doctors. You can't run a hospital without administrators, because they also do the work that is needed. Because if you don't have administrators, then it means you are saying a nurse must go and do that work. And it's just not practical. So we have been having a session, the session I'm talking about with the president, just to prove that we are taking the matter of finances quite seriously. I think happened in November when the president came here to open the statue. Premier requested a formal meeting. We sit down, had a session with the president, the minister of finance, the minister of all the other departments, and president said to me, as a department, present your situation. We did that. He went back and said he would speak to the national minister. So we have dealt with this matter at the highest level. Not now, we did it last year, because when the premier was first appointed, it's one of the first things that we indicated to the premier, that the Department of Health is underfunded and we cannot continue the way the situation is currently.